Donald Trump has a wrestling figure, and we're going to take a look at it. All right, guys. So, to be honest, this is not something that was on my bingo card ever. And despite his involvement with professional wrestling, early WrestleManias at the Trump Plaza, being in the WWE Hall of Fame, the billionaire versus billionaire, whole storyline at WrestleMania, it's crazy to me as a wrestling figure collector to even be able to say Donald Trump has a wrestling figure. And we're going to take a look at it. This is not a political video. We're not here to talk politics. Yeah, so if you are here to talk politics, I am the wrong guy for that. That's not what this is about. This is about Donald Trump, the wrestling character, because yes, he was a character in wrestling. So I wanted to take a look at it. And this is a wrestling figure. This comes from Rush Collectibles. And they recently did a Chris Van Vliet figure, which is what promoted them to think of this idea. They took the body of Chris Van Vliet, even the microphone, and they just popped a Donald Trump head on it during production, which was, a way to get the most out of their mold. But here is the carding. This is just glue to hold the card on there. And just to prove that it is a wrestling figure, you'll notice he is in a Ringmasters line. Ringmasters, because it is a wrestling-themed line. We got Fantasio, James Storm, and Chris Harris there. This is Series 2 of Ringmasters. Series 1 was not the best well-received. The last figure in Series 1 was probably the best quality of them all, and that is the French Angel. But even since him, improvements have been made across the line, and I do think that they're making changes that are helping the product get better and better and better. My opinion, in comparison to the other Rush Collectibles figures, I do think that this is their best one, the Chris Van Vliet. So I assume that Donald Trump is going to be similar in vein. Is there things that it could improve? Always, with everything, and we will talk about that. But Ringmasters on the back, it has some stats. It says, from New York, New York, multi-billionaire, 45th president of the United States of America, and television personality. And it comes with this wrestling card of Donald J. Trump. So very, very cool, interesting, unique, obscure wrestling figure, and that's the stuff that I like. So let's see. You can even see, actually, that the bubble is literally Chris Van Vliet's face. Right there. So he even used the bubble. So he saved money on the bubble production, too, by doing this. So perfect fit for Chris Van Vliet. So listen. To me, that is smart business right there. You're getting the most out of your molds. Doesn't know when he's going to do another suited figure. Gets the most out of his mold. So, got to give it to him for that. But Donald Trump, our soon-to-be president of the United States right here. WWE Hall of Famer. Now, he's in a signature black suit, white shirt, red tie. The tie does start a little lower. I didn't notice that when I did the Chris Van Vliet. Someone pointed out to me, and you can see it, but to me, it's really not that crazy big of a deal because this is such a novelty figure that it's not like this is really like I'm not going to be putting Donald Trump in the front. I'm just not going to be doing that. But honestly, I think the head sculpt looks pretty good. Nailed the hair, man. Look at the hair. I love the little swoop up there. You can see a little gap in the head. That could be because, the body was sculpted specifically for Chris Van Vliet, but it's not that bad of a gap, if that makes sense. I recently got Big Bully Busick, and I know Fig Vault did too, and the head was so far gapped, like literally like a centimeter and a half, I would say. This is like nothing compared to that. So it is there, though. It is there. You can more so see it on the sides than anything. But the likeness in the face is also there. The oldness, the sagging in the eyes. All right, there's some detail in the hair. Yeah, the head sculpt, it's not bad. It's not bad. In fact, I think it's pretty decent. I think it looks pretty good. Let's try and stand this bad boy up. That's one thing I will say is that like the hand to hold the microphone is too big, and like it falls right out, as you saw when I picked up Chris Van Vliet. It falls right out. I would like to see maybe a tighter grip on that hand in the future, but all right, he passed the stand test. That's always a positive. Honestly, passed the stand test better than my Chris Van Vliet because he like rocks a little bit. I put Trump up here. He's just right there. Up. He's just there. Let's put him down this shelf. See if it's the same. Yep. All right. Sometimes there's different levels of it. So, and here we have a very unique variant that I will quickly show you. I thought that this was very interesting to. I guess I don't want to say commemorate, but just mark a iconic day in, I guess, presidential history when Mr. Trump got shot in the ear, and they put a little blood on the ear. I don't know how many of these were made. I think it was limited, but it's very, very unique. As a wrestling figure collector, which is really what I'm here for, that's not even the thing of note to me. The thing of note to me was complete, just same exact suit as Chris Van Vliet. So Chris Van Vliet and Mr. Trump side by side, looking like a tag team. Thought that was pretty unique. Everything about it. Listen, again, smart on his part to just reuse what he's got. Because you have to remember, I think personally, the majority of people that are going to be buying this might not be wrestling figure fans, right? They might just be buying it as like a novelty because this is something that kind of resonates with a lot more people than just wrestling. To be completely honest with you, if he was not in the WWE fold, WWE Hall of Fame, or did the Billionaire versus Billionaire with Vince McMahon, I would not have bought this, right? I bought it strictly for its wrestling affiliation. So again, I think the majority of the customers, this is going to be very, 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 very good production. They're not going to know, oh, this was based off Chris Van Vliet. They don't even know who Chris Van Vliet is. That's my assumption. And only the people buying it know whether or not they're buying it for the wrestling affiliation or what. But my assumption, not many wrestling figure fans are buying this, but more so maybe Trump fans. So that was fun, but this is something I'm very excited to take a look at. We have Monster Masters from Rush Collectibles, and I'm excited about this because I've been watching this this whole project unfold, and these sculpts on these figures were looking exceptional, like so much better than previous work. So I really want to take a look at this and see if it lives up to that expectation that I've had. There was a Kickstarter. I can't remember if it got funded yet, or even it might even still be going for a couple more days. But let's take a look at the carding. I'm very impressed by this thing just in the box, but I want to get my hands on it and see how it's faring up. But here we have the card art, which is honestly beautiful. I think Sal at Rush Collectibles needs to kind of take this style art and put it into the wrestling because it's beautiful. On the back, there's like a comic strip style art. I mean, it's just very, very nice. You know, you got the electricity going through him. It's very fun. It's very cool. And now we're going to take a look at the figure. So very cool. I will say this thing feels much smoother in the joints and sturdier than these other figures. This thing feels much more Hasbro-esque, in my opinion. But let's start from the bottom. Look at those. Look at those, man. Those platform boots. Got the laces and everything on them. He's got bolts around them, which I think is funny. He's got a cuff right there on this leg. All types of like tears and marks and thread pulls all over the pants. He's got a belt on. Orange shirt with residue and creases and everything in it. He's got that over jacket right here with another cuff on the left arm. He's in that Gorilla Press slam pose. Look at all the stitches around his neck. You can see a little bit of neck separation here, but I don't know if that's by design or not, because it does kind of like move to different directions. So I'm not sure, but either way, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, you're talking about a character whose head is literally severed and then sewn to his body. So I don't know if that is by design. That's I'm unsure. But the arms move very good. They're flush with the sides. I would say this is easily Rush's best figure that they've done. Look at the detail in the hands alone. The fingers. Listen, I am a wrestling figure collector. I am not a monster collector. This is not something that is in my fandom. But I hope that Rush either brings this type of energy to their wrestling figures soon. And this is some beautiful detail, man. This is absolutely astronomical. But man, like I would say dive into these monsters, man, because this is your forte, I think. This is very, very nice. And then we get to the head. Look at all the details, the aging in the head, the expression. Look, the bolts are painted on the side. He's got stitches in his forehead, stitches around the back of his neck. And then look at that. The top of the head comes off. The brain is shining through. All the detail there in the brain, man, that is cool. Look at that. Look at the dryness in his eyes, that monotonous life, like he doesn't even know, he can't think. The stitches are colored in. Very cool. Dude, this is awesome. That Gorilla Press Slam is the best because A, Frankenstein is a badass, right? He can definitely pick up and throw anybody, but when you put them straight, he's doing that classic arms out in front Frankenstein walk. Dude, this is money. Sal, this is definitely your number one, man. This is definitely number one. I dig it. Now, to be completely honest, I did not back the whole set on Kickstarter because again, it's not really my fandom. Wanted to check these out, and I'm glad that I was able to. But if you want to support it, it's on Kickstarter. I post the link on my my page a few times, but you can also go to Rush Collectibles or rushfigures.com. And you're able to get it's like a whole 6-figure set, and each one comes with a piece to build a Sailor Zombie, which is kind of like Zombie Sailor Toys, like a little wink and a nod, I think. But man, this is awesome. This is awesome. This is my favorite part right here. Look at that. Man, that is cool. So, all right. So Rush Collectibles making some improvements in their product. You love to see it, right? I thought French Angel was a huge improvement from the rest of Series 1. And then I got over here, Chris Van Vliet, and I said, compared to the other ones, man, this is a great figure. Because I do think, compared to his previous releases, this is a huge improvement. And then I put this Donald Trump on the same line as that. It's it's basically the same figure, different head. I think the tan's right. Everything about it. It gets the job done. Again, I don't think he's really trying to market to wrestling fans. I think the majority of his customers are Trump fans. But to me, this took the cake, and it's not a wrestling figure. That's the only bummer for me is this is not a wrestling figure. Frankenstein. I think this thing looks great. It's fun. I'll probably put this out, honestly, at Halloween time. At Halloween time, I put out a few figures. I have like House of 1,000 Corpses, things like that. They Live, stuff, proper horror movie franchise. This will probably go out there with it. So hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at FigHeal. Twitter is at TheFigHeal. Pick up the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, available now on Amazon.com, or simply go to HealBooks.com. Make sure you join Whatnot at WhatHeal.com, and you will get $15 off your first purchase. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one. Peace. Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE Mattel, AEW Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need FigHeal's Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, the modern edition covering all releases from 2010 to present day. Featuring over 5,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands, including independent toy makers. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, including loose, mock, and overall collection value. With Shots by Matthew Goldberg, the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia is a must-have for collectors. Premium full color and value black and white editions available now on Amazon.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeal. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeal. Join my official sponsor, Whatnot, at WhatHealed.com and receive $15 off your first purchase.